Hey guys, thanks for letting me present today during our grade level meeting. As y'all know, my name is Emily Doty and I'm presenting my action research project for my classes at Jacksonville State University. We're going to be talking very briefly about increasing the oral reading fluency scores in our school. So I think y'all will be interested in this and enjoy hearing it. So the first thing we're going to look at is our school demographics. We have 5 first grade classrooms, which we're all represented here. When I did the project, we were averaging 18 students per class, which as y'all know, next week that average will go up to 19 students per class. We are a Title I school, and we have about 45% of our students do qualify for free or reduced lunches. That may be new information to you guys. Talking about our gender composition, it's almost half and half. It's 216 males, 236 females. The total of our students is 452 students that we service in this school. Okay, talking about my problem statement, the reasoning that led me to decide to do the oral reading fluency for my action research was talking to our reading coach, who told me that the oral reading fluency scores that we have in 3rd grade on the ACAP are not where they should be. So we were looking and just going back down from 3rd to 2nd to 1st to see how we could teach differently to help increase those scores when they do get to 3rd grade. The beginning of the year, our oral reading goal is 30 words per minute at the beginning of the year. At the end of the year, it goes up and it's at 49 words per minute. The goal for us is to have 75% of our first grade students fluent on their oral reading fluency scores. So we're going to look at ways we can help increase that. I pulled up the last 3 years' percentages at the beginning of the year, so we can see where we're starting, to know how far we're going, to know how focused we really need to be on this. So at the beginning of the year, current year, 43% fluent. That's almost half, but 43% is a long way from our goal of 75. The last 2 years, it's been 49% and 32%. So finding these results from our action research is going to help us know what to focus on to get our grade level at that 75% fluent at the end of the year. So the hypothesis I have from my action research is the combination of daily oral reading practice in a peer-mediated learning group, explicit small group instruction, and access to graphic novels. These 3 things will increase oral reading fluency. The other one is the first grade students in this action research project will benefit from this by receiving explicitly taught oral reading fluency, reading with peer readers weekly, and increased interest in oral reading with graphic novels. I'll go over these definitions really quickly since you guys already know these. Oral reading fluency is defined as reasonably accurate reading at an appropriate rate with suitable expression. And the assessment, this explains our in-class assessment that we are using for oral reading fluency grades for people that may not be familiar with what we use. Okay, the action plan. So when students are tested on oral reading fluency, they are presented passages that they have not seen before. It's their first read is what we call it. So we talked about 30 words per minute goal at the beginning of the year, and looking at how fluency in kindergarten, y'all all know they were tested on letter sound fluency. So this is a big jump going from reading those letters to we are testing them now on reading words. So to increase achievement in this oral reading fluency, we need to focus on maintaining and implementing instruction that explicitly can affect those oral reading fluency scores. In order to do this, the research we have can provide insight on how we can teach that, how we can increase those scores to help us get to that 75% goal at the end of the year or even higher. So the graphic novels, the research I did shows that they can keep students engaged. Students that aren't very fluent readers, students that aren't really into reading, love the layout of a graphic novel because the words are not as intimidating. So that is something I'm going to be implementing in my action research. I will use this data to show that implementing a research-based practice has an effect on fluency scores. And I just put up here that our proficient at the end of the year is 49 words per minute, just so people would know what our goal is on that. The participants will be my class. It's my 19 students, 10 boys, 9 girls. Of these students in my classroom, 4 have repeated kindergarten, and I have 1 student that is repeating first grade. More of my class, I have 1 student in speech services currently. Since then, I have 1 more that is qualified, so that number will be updated. 3 students receive SPED services, 4 are in Tier 3 ELA, and 4 are in Tier 3 math, and those are not the same 4. That's 8 students total that are getting Tier 2 in something. Of these 19 students, only 4 of them scored proficient at the beginning of the year fluency test. That is only 21% proficient. So I have a ways to go to get to that 75%. So my question I'm asking myself is, what am I going to do in my classroom to help these students achieve that goal? The goal of 75%. Okay, these are the references I looked at the end. They're up here. But I do want to say that implementing these 3 things in my classroom, I am looking for increased fluency because I feel like we test them on fluency, but we do not explicitly teach fluency. We look at fluency as more of a byproduct of us teaching phonics, and I think that the explicit focus on fluency can help students to excel in this area. And if we can start here in first grade, increasing those fluency scores, then the ultimate goal is to see those ACAP scores in 3rd grade school-wide be able to increase and be better. So building the firm foundation here in first grade is the goal of my action research plan to help increase oral reading fluency. Thank you guys, and I appreciate your time, and we can have some time to answer questions if you'll have any. I'd love to talk